Green flag, and it looks like a clean getaway for Steve Ficacci, although Hatton's been bogged down. He's got Philpott and Harper all over him. Philpott charging through into the lead already, though. It is the VLN class champion who leads ahead of Steve Ficacci, and Sam Harper trying to get around the outside. Hatton down into 4th place. Carl Power trying to force his way around the outside, ahead of Gregory Leader as well, but Hatton leads the way.
Yep, Harper in 3rd, but he's gone slightly wide, so that has allowed Hatton back in, just alongside him.
So Ficacci 2nd, Hatton and Harper side by side. The top 2 in the championship, wheel to wheel as they come back into Luffield for the first time, but it's Harper with the inside line and gets it stopped. Nice move, and then, oh no, Ficacci spun out of 2nd place. Dobertsberger shows his nose at Luffield, but I don't think he's going to look towards the inside. Oh, Power's letting him through. He's just waved him by, but he's got the line side by side in Luffield. Power with the line. He's got the racing line on the way in, and he's holding that for now. So James Wingfield ending this train of 8 cars for the lead of race 1. Then there's a bit of a gap back down to Alex Van Gien in 9th place. He was at the end of lap 1. He is now dropped down to 12th place, actually. Ficacci
he was, because he just gone off the road at Luffield.
Oh, no! So David Hatton is now in 4th place, and this is now a squabble for 3rd. So that promotes championship leader Sam Harper up into 2nd place. Carl Power 3rd, David Hatton 4th, and Dobertsberger 5th. So a critical error from Hatton there. And I was going to say, during practice yesterday, he looked quick but fragile, and was one of the people struggling the most on the exit of Cops Corner, I would say. So we'll see if he can claw some of this back. And get looking towards the inside at Luffield, and Power has to give him some space, and he's caught up behind the back marker there. That worked out brilliantly for Hatton. So that's the traffic karma, if you like. Is that Philpott off the road? It is! Brad Philpott has lost it from the lead of the race. And so championship leader Sam Harper takes to the front for race 1 at Silverstone National. So Philpott still in 6th place. He's looking at the back of James Wingfield. So he's definitely not out of a podium position just yet. Power, though, he was a bit wide coming out of Maggots. This could be the opportunity for Dobertsberger, but once again, he's going to be on the outside line as they get back down into Brooklands Corner.
That's right, and just behind them, you've got Philpott making a lunge on Wingfield. He's on the inside.
Yep, goes through, and Dobertsberger once again forced out wide at Brooklands, and has some ground to make up as they go through Luffield. So that's Philpott up into 5th place now, and absolutely staring at the back of a podium position now, if he can keep it on the road and not lose out to any more lap traffic. Hatton is less than half a second away from Sam Harper as well, so we mustn't forget the lead battle in this one as well. But for 3rd place, it is very, very hot indeed. Dobertsberger once again looks like he's going to challenge. Has he found the inside this time? Power left the door open, and as they break into Brooklands, it's going to be Dobertsberger just there. Is it? Oh, they're so close on the way in, and Philpott almost nudges the back of Carl Power's car, and they're wheel to wheel through Luffield Corner, but Dobertsberger can't find a way through as we've got more of the lap traffic spinning off in front of the leaders like we saw at Okayama, but Power has been able to hold on for now. And for the lead, Harper was slow onto the front straight, and Hatton goes through at Cops Corner. So is he held up there by one of the back markers, because Hatton has easily found his way into the lead. Hatton 0.6 of a second ahead of Harper as they went over the line. And Philpott, it doesn't look like this battle for 3rd place is over if Dobertsberger's got anything to say about it.
A little bit of an update from further back in the field. Alex Van Gien looks like he's got smoke pouring from the back of his car, and he's lost the engine cover. So I think he is slowly coming out of this race. We've got Matt Ragsdale in a battle with Conor Mayer. This is absolutely cracking to watch. They're going absolutely toe-to-toe here. They keep swapping positions, and in fact, Mayer has just got past Trumpets again. So it's not just battles at the front, it's going on all through the field. Or you can try and back it out.
Oh, sorry to cut up you there, but Philpott's gone off the road again, and he's out of 3rd place. And that's I don't think there was a back marker involved in it. I think that was his own mistake. So he's dropped now behind James Wingfield. So that's going to put him in 6th place. So terrible mistake there by Brad Philpott.
Oh, and Wingfield's punted him off. Sorry to cut you there.
Goes from bad to worse for Brad Philpott. It happened to him, unfortunately, in the MX-5 race. I think he's taken another whack as well. Hatton coming around Brooklands Corner for the final time. and around Luffield. And is this redemption for what happened to Okayama as David Hatton exits the final corner, powers it down onto the pit straight around Woodcote to win his first Formula Renault Challenge race at Silverstone National, ahead of championship leader Sam Harper, with Alexander Dobelsberger taking the podium at the end of that. Carl Power in 4th place. Brilliant defensive driving we saw from him there. Gregory Leader crosses the line in 5th place. Then Tim Ellis will be 6th. Steve Ficacci, the man who started from pole position, in 7th after a crucial mistake at the start of the race. James Wingfield, despite that contact with Brad Philpott, crosses the line in 8th. And Anil Singh 9th. And John Cox completes your top 10. So Barry Kemp leads the field away. Edward Shelley trying to challenge around the outside down at Copse Corner. Matt Trumpet's immediately jumping into 3rd place by the looks of it as well. So Kemp and Shelley side by side on the exit of Copse Corner. Trumpet's trying to make it 3 wide as they get down into Maggots, but it's going to be Kemp on the right-hand side. But Shelley's got him before they get to the braking zone, and Trumpet's trying to force his way around the outside. Trumpet's has gone! Trumpet's has gone out of 3rd place, so that's Barry Kemp holding on to 2nd there. Edward Shelley in the lead. Then David Fernandez in 3rd place. Connor Myers worked his way up to 4th ahead of Carsten Lench. And then Jelly Ooms, one of our race winners, from Okayama as well. And then Spanners in 7th place, I think it is. And Philpott, crucially, has gotten away cleanly. He's sitting in behind Spanners ahead of Gregory Leader. David Fernandez, his podium position is coming under pressure from Philpott. Now might make it 2 moves in 1 lap. Pops out of the slipstream and he'll be down the inside at Luffield. So this is going to be the podium for Brad Philpott, surely.
Yeah, Jellium's been making great progress behind Philpott. He's taken him position for position, and actually he's just about to make a move into 4th place. There
he's got him, and no, that is 3rd now actually. Oh, he's gone wide though, and Fernandez retakes that 3rd spot.
And just behind that group is actually Richard Spanners Ready, our wonderful leader. I might be able to go to him now as he's driving round. Richard Spanners Ready, you are live on air. How you doing?
Hey man, I'm just enjoying watching all the carnage. I mean, poor old Carsten in front of me took out Dustelberger, who I was in a tussle with, and now I've got a massive problem, Chris, because I'm coming up to a gaggle of 5 cars, and I might have to do some racing.
That's it, you're going to have to put some moves on people. First lap you were a little bit ginger and a few people got by you. What was going on there?
Well, they're much better than me, so I don't know what is really the point in fighting some of those guys. I'm going to go now. Can you hang up on me? Sorry, bye.
Yep, no, go for it. Yeah, Spanners having to go because he's got one of that markers having a bit of a tussle with him. I'm not quite sure who that is, but it's in the wonderful 1998 Jordan F1 livery just behind Spanners there.
Oh, I think that's John McClintock.
Oh, in fact, he's just got past Spanners, so he's unlapping himself.
I've got to say, wonderful racing between Hatton and Power, either side of Meyer into Maggots Corner. And they've been dropping him like a stone, and Barry Kemp has fallen down the order as well. So actually Hatton is now up into 5th place and crucially gaining even more points on Sam Harper, although he has also bumped up a couple of positions, so it's still only 7 points that Hatton is gaining on him at the moment. He's got to be careful because Carl Power is going to be challenging him down into Luffield here if he's not careful.
That's it. And just coming back to the leaders for you, a little update. They are now mired in traffic, and so Brad Philpott is 3 seconds behind Ed Shelley, and they're just making their way through the start-finish straight. This could be tricky if he's going to get a quarter.
Van Gene has gone flying. It's a good job this was a sim, otherwise he'd have hit the bridge.
I think Hatton's got a great exit out of Luffield there, running slightly wide, but he's right tucked up under his rear wing. He's
pushing the track limits there.
And Ooms has gone defensive. Hatton to the outside.
That's a brave man who tries to go around the outside of Copse Corner, thinks better of it.
Oh, but he's got the switchback because Ooms went slightly wide up on the curb, and that's let Hatton through.
Yep, so that's an easy move for David Hatton there in the end. Consolidates it. Oh, Ooms super late on the brakes though. Is he going to get it round the corner? No, he is not. And through goes Hatton, and that's 3rd place for our race 1 winner.
He is, and he's actually under pressure from Carl Power. He got on the marbles. That's where Trumpets came under fire under the first corner. Carl Power to the inside. Late move. He stuck it on the inside, clipping the curb there, and I think Ooms is going to keep it.
Close. Oh no, touched with Power, I think, and Power was definitely off and in the wall. It looked like there was a bit of contact between the pair of them.
Yeah, there was. That was always going to be very tight, slightly washing out there as he locked a brake, I think.
Indeed it is, and Edward Shelley is rounding the final corner, and we are going to get another different winner in the Formula Renault Challenge, our 5th in 5 races, because here comes Edward Shelley to win ahead of Brad Philpott, and it was only 1.8 seconds or so in the end, 1.6. So what a drive from him, taking advantage of his front row spot on the grid. David Hatton breaks into the championship lead of Sam Harper with his podium, his second in 2 races, so first and third so far today. That's a pretty good haul for him. But Sam Harper with 7th place, that's damage limitation. He's only lost 4 points.
That's what championships are made of. Sam, you're doing a great job there, making up 12 places. That's a great haul of points for him.
Oh, Alex Van Gien was so close to his first top 10 finish in 11th place. But tides have turned for him, it would seem, after a pretty disastrous race 1. But great job, Alex Van Gien. Only his 2nd race that he's done so far today. So well done him. Just give you an update on the rest of the field. It's Conor Meyer in 8th place, Danny Silver-Knight, and Sam Watley was your top 10. Kyle Power did get over the line in 13th place, so some sort of a drama for him somewhere down the line, and Steve Ficacci in 19th. Green flag's being waved, and Dakota Clement leads the field away ahead of Gary Thomas, and Ishmael Basso is immediately trying to challenge for 2nd place. But Gary Thomas has got a bit of a run on the leader as they head into Copse Corner, but nicely spaced out. Got John Cox trying to get up the inside into 3rd place as well. Andrew Bollum and Stuart Elder getting through nice and cleanly as well. Again, looks like a very clean start so far. Michael Distelhoff is he's off. He was trying to challenge. And we've got a few cars off down at Maggotts Corner, unfortunately. But up at the front, it looks like a pretty clean field. Gary Thomas is one of the cars off the road. But Dakota Clement leads the way. He's just coming around Luffield now and will finish his first lap. But he's got John Cox right up his gearbox and challenging him on the exit of Luffield. They're side by side as they go into Woodcote Corner. And John Cox takes the lead at the end of lap 1. So Dakota Clement 2nd, Ishmael Basso 3rd, then a big gap back to James Wingfield. Actually, no, it's Carsten Lemke in 4th place. So he was blipping in and out, didn't see him. So he's in 4th place ahead of James Wingfield. And then John Lang, brilliant opening lap for him, 24th to 6th. Ahead of Grant Berger. Richard Spanner's ready, who's up on the outside of Steve Ficacci as they go into Maggotts Corner. Although he's coming under a bit of pressure from them now. He's got a real good gaggle of cars behind him. Ian Erasmus, Adam Rosales right involved in that as well. Matt Trumpet's not too far behind. But Spanner's going defensive as they go into Luffield's corner, or into Brooklands, and into Luffield at the right-hander. Ficacci had a look up the inside, but thought better of it. Now as they exit the corner, Ficacci's got a run on him. Is that some damage to his rear wing? Indeed it is. So the reigning MX5 champion is running with a bit of a broken car, but that's not stopping him putting the move on Spanners Ready into Copse Corner.
That's Erasmus. Oh, and Ficacci's round, because maybe that damage on that rear wing meant his rear end is unstable. He is out of the race.
And actually, Clement is out wide, and that's going to be an easy move for Lemke surely. So get into Maggotts, and unfortunately he is still blinking in and out, so maybe we take a look and see how John Lang is doing. He's also getting... Oh no, he's made contact with Clement, and they're both round down at Maggotts Corner. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Ishmael Basso has taken the lead away from John Cox and is pulling away.
He is, and if I'm right, I think we can go to John Cox. John, you are on the air. How are you doing? John just got passed by Basso there.
I am hanging in there, guys. How you guys doing?
Yeah, really good. This is a fantastic race you got going on up there. So you've got a couple of fast drivers coming up behind you. What do you think you're going to be able to hang on to this podium today?
Yeah, absolutely. No threat from Philpott or any of those guys.
Well, we're rooting for you, mate. Best of luck.
Thanks, guys.
So we'll see if Van Gien can make his way further up. He has got 2.8 seconds to Grant Berger.
Oh, sorry to cut across you there. John Cox out of P2 has just lit up the tyres and spun round.
Oh, Sam Harper is spun! The championship leader before this race has spun out of Maggot's corner, and he is going to be losing plenty more points to David Hatton at this rate. So Harper now in a top 10 position. Again, damage limitation. He hasn't had a lot of luck tonight, but man, if he isn't doing great at some damage limitation. Oh, Shelley and Van Gien side by side into Luffield, squabbling over 4th place, and Shelley is trying to. Oh no! He's spotted Van Gien! Oh, what have you done, Ed? I will say David Hatton is closing that gap somewhat, but nowhere near at the rate of length he needs to challenge James Wingfield for 2nd place, who is about to start his final lap. The final lap of the night for the Formula Renault Challenge. Tonight, Ishmael Basso, and it's going to be a 6th different winner if he can just keep it on the road now ahead of James Wingfield.
And here comes Ishmael Basso
Ishmael
across the
Basso
line.
coming across the line now, and it is a 6th different winner in the Formula Renault Challenge. Ishmael Basso takes his first win ahead of James Wingfield, and David Hatton completes the podium. What a night for Hatton, as he makes it 3 top 3 finishes in 3 races and is surely launching himself into championship contention. John McClintock with that epic scrap at the end is just pipped by Grant Berger at the end, and Alex Van Gien is 6th. Where did Sam Harper in the end? He made it 8th. So he lost 5 points to David Hatton in that one, and well, yeah, the championship order is going to be a right muddle at the end of this one, but Sam Harper has done just a phenomenal job at minimising the damage, and let's give credit to Alex Van Gien. What a debut for him. Brilliant final race there, so real positive for him. Sam Watley in 7th place, Barry Kemp in 9th, and Edward Shelley complete your top 10.
So, after the second round of the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge, Sam Harper has had his lead cut in the standings to just 1 point, after David Hatton took 3 consecutive podium finishes, including 1 victory. Race 2 winner Edward Shelley has moved up to 3rd in the standings, with Race 3 winner Ishmael Basso now 17th in the standings on 133 points.